Today we've come down it's the same road in Fetteresso, but this is the end of the dead end I mentioned in one of my last videos. And you'll see it comes down here. It's obviously a turning spot for some of the lorries, forestry lorries or trucks or something. And I think if you look in Google Maps, it does have a path going off that way, but it's totally overgrown. And the one I mentioned earlier on is if you keep walking through those trees, you do eventually come to a clearing, follow the clearing up, and that's where the old ruin is. But today, I've got a few bits and pieces with us. We'll sit and cook up a toastie. We'll use my toilet rolls. I've been saving them up for a while. I'll show you in a minute. Big rookie mistake, I forgot my bloody head net and the flies are killing me. So what I've got is I've got that thermocell thing. It's one of those pads. It's meant to heat up, and I think it's a 20-metre radius to keep away the flies. So we'll see once it heats up. If no, it's gone in the bucket when it goes in. So we'll get the fire going and I'll bring you back. Right, so that's the stove all set up. Use this wood burning stove of the day for the English woodsman. So if what we're going to use today for the fuel for the wood burners, these toilet roll tubes, there's about 12 to 15 toilet rolls squashed up and then pushed inside another one, and they're solid. So what I've been doing, I've been saving them up for, well, more than a year, and we've got a heap of them in here. So we'll use this for the fuel and see how it goes. So we'll get the fire going, cook up a toastie. That's the hot water on for our cup of coffee. If nothing else, the smoke's keeping the flies away because that little thing there is quite useless. And one of the reasons why we came down to this turning table here, I think it was hard grun. If I was lighting a fire, I put the plumber's mat underneath the fire anyway, but this is hard grun, so nothing's going to catch underneath it. So for our lunch today, what I've done is I've buttered up a couple of bits of bread. I've got some cheese, which I'll put on the Ridgemonkey, and I've remembered a rubbish bag this time. Oh, and a Kit Kat. Popcorn flavour, they're magic. And our coffee this time is from Honduras. Christ, that bread's almost toasted. Perfect size for the Ridgemonkey. Here's our cheese toast there, but I can't if you'll see that. I buttered the sides before I came out of the house. Perfect size in here. So these little bricks, they seem to be working well. I put in a couple of wee bits of stick just to make sure it kind of get a bed in, but that seems to be alright. Oh, lovely. Here we go. One cheese toastie in the middle of nowhere. Just with a few old toilet rolls. And a couple of expectant dogs. No. Gentle. Gentle. Good boy, girl. Right, toastie's gone. I did give the dogs a wee bit. So if it will do is we'll put the water on again and we'll try this thing for our pudding. Found it in the cupboard. Pack and go, custard with apple. Fill up to 350. So what I've done is I've just measured out, I only had 350 ml of water left. So I've just put that on to boil. I'll coop it into this and we'll give it a try. So that's the paper just dying out now. We've still got a couple of minutes left for our custard. And the jury's still out in this little thermocell thing. Because the smoke's gone and so are the flies. There's a couple kicking about, but they're not as bad as they were. So now I'm beginning to wonder if this thing does work. Who knows? Nah, take it back about this thing. The flies are out again. Right, so it's been 8 minutes, so we'll give this thing a wee try. Ooh. Looks more like smash. Oh, it feels like smash as well. So there you go, here's a custard with apple from Pack and Go. It looks a wee bit, looks a bit stodgy, but I did put in the right amount of water. We'll give it a try. Oh, it tastes really nice. It's like the inside of a custard donut or something. Oh, very nice. Then I'll let the looks put you off. That's what I says to my wife, you know. Well, it looks a wee bit dodgy, looks a wee bit pasty, but I'll tell you, it tastes really nice. It's like the inside of a custard donut or a cream puff or whatever you call them. More than actual, like a bowl of custard. It's really nice. Right, that's us all tidied up. Here's our spot here. As you can see, there's not even a scorch mark in the ground. That's all the paper, bits of the paper, but we've... Oh, he started again. Aye, so that's the remnants of the fire, but we've soaked it in water. And all coffee actually, and head back to the car. Head back to the car, will we? Come on then. Hey, are we going? Come on in. Back to the car and away from these bloody flies. What are you saying? It was a bit of a rush to tidy up. We just threw all the dirties and the rubbish in the same bag. I'll sort it out when I go home. The flies are horrendous again. And it's those big horse flies biting things there. So I'm not sure if that little thermocell thing works or no. Because when I turned it off to pack it away, the flies did multiply a fair bit. So the jury is still out. Now here's us coming back up the path. Now this tree came down Storm Arwen. It's been here for ages. It's obviously a road that nobody uses, so they're not caring. But there is a wee path underneath it over here to the left. So if you stick to that side, there's plenty of room underneath the tree. So that's the wind picking up. How far was that for now? The bloody flies were out. So here's the road we were on last week. That's the road up to L6 Mouth. that's the path we took back last week. But what we'll do this time is we'll double back along this one, and then we'll carry on right across the top in the middle of the hill this time. Well, here we go, back on the path again. Right, that's the way we came. That's the way we were going to go back. But I think what we'll do this time is we'll just take the path going straight over the top of the hill. It's usually really dubby, but I think with all the kind of sun we've had lately, hopefully it'll have dried out. But we'll get a bash. It's the worst that can happen. This will be tick central around here. Wow, this is fairly grown in since the last time I was here. Bloody hell. It is still here, the big bogey bit. Ooh, it stinks. This is a really good spot for a cup of tea. We've sat here a few times. Once we were actually sitting here, minding our own business, and folk are actually cycling along this path. But it's grown in a fair bit since then. And the flies are horrendous. Just in case you're in any doubt, you go that way. I'm not sure where else you could go, like, but go on, Dex, there you go. Go on, there you go. Good boy. On you go. Good boy. The flies are annoying, but I must admit, I've had a different mindset of them just now. I was listening to an episode of the Infinite Monkey Cage on BBC Sounds. I think it was called Bats and Flies. I'll leave a link in the description. And when you listen to it about the flies, they're kind of quite amazing. Still annoying, but I've kind of got a wee bit more respect for them. So I just kind of put up with them now. Okay, that sounds stupid, but if you listen to the podcast, you'll see what I mean. So here we are, end of that pathy, Elsick Mouth pathy. And we're back onto the main path. And up here to the car. Just almost back at the car. I think it was a bit too hot today for a fire. The toilet rolls worked okay, but I'm not sure I'll be racing back to use the rest of them. The problem with the wood burner stove, just everything gets covered in soot and it's a messy bugger, I think. I'll maybe try the wood gasifier stove next time. It burns much more efficient. So thanks for watching if you've made it this far. And we'll see you again soon.